my name is McKenna Busateri. I'm a first-year vet student. I'm going to be doing the client communication assignment with my brothers here. And when going over the application exercises that we've done, they were really interested in the parasite module.
Oh yeah.
So that's the one we're going to talk about today. So basically this application exercise was about goat dairy and also some beef cows. But I chose goats for the assignment. And pretty much what was going on is some of the goats were exhibiting some diarrhea, but there has never been clinical significance for parasites. So I basically asked what my recommendations would be. So basically when you don't have any clinical significance yet, you want to run what's called a fecal float. Pretty similar to equine, the ones that I do at Casterly. So you take stool samples and then you put it into a flotation, you pop it under the microscope and you do what's called an EPG or eggs per gram count, and you throw it into a calculation. You're able to calculate how many eggs per gram are in the stool. And then from there, basically what you do is you determine the severity and the type of parasite that you're seeing, therefore you can treat it properly because you know how bad the infestation is, high, medium, or low, and then you can choose the correct treatment based on the parasite type. So another option that we could use other than fecal floats is called the FAMACHA test, and this is my first time ever hearing about it when I was researching it too. And basically it determines which goats need to be dewormed or treated, and it uses a tool card and you match the eyelid color to what their anemia levels are, which is really interesting. So it's a little card and you just put it up to their eyelid and whatever it indicates, that's the route you take. So the interesting thing about treating animals that are used for food is that there's withdrawal times that you need to understand as a veterinarian and then when you're communicating it to your clients. So basically, there's a couple that you can use. Some of them that I found, one of them is Safeguard or Fenbendazole, and it is a 16-day withdrawal time for meat and a 4-day withdrawal time for milk. So you have to wait that long until they can be used for those products. Another drug that can be used is albendazole, and a lot of meat producers will choose this one for goats because it only has a 7-day withdrawal time. However, it cannot be used in dairy. So you really just need to read your labels and choose the product that works best for the type of parasite and whether it's meat or dairy. So some things that the farmer can do to control his environment that he has for his goats is separating them based on severity of infection when it comes to the parasites. So putting the ones that are more highly infected together and the ones that don't have a whole lot of parasites or none separate. And then also making sure they're not overgrazing is something that you want to keep in check as well. Something else that the farmer can do is choosing appropriate times to spread the manure, because the manure can have these fecal eggs in them. And basically if you spread it during the middle of like a hot summer day, the heat will actually kill more of the eggs, so it would be more appropriate to do it that way. It's important for us to just tell our farmers to just keep a watch on the animals, keep them in check. They can use body condition scoring to determine severity as well. And then when they're getting concerned, we run that fecal float and see how they're doing. So, do you guys have any questions?
Like, what are like the parasites?
Good question. So, I'm pretty sure they can get strongyles and ascarids. And there's probably some other minor types too that they can get in their stool, and you just treat it accordingly. So.
And then overgrazing is for not letting them eat grass so they don't get fat, right?
Yeah, so that can be for them getting fat, and also there can be more of these eggs or larvae in parts of the life cycle in the grass, and that's how they ingest it. That's like the parasite life cycle. They eat the parasite, they contract it, they leave it in the stool, and it just keeps going. So that's pretty much that. But grazing is also a concern for body condition and weight. So good question. Alrighty.